Hi there and welcome back to EU4's Persia. We can now unlock new idea groups, but we won't. Our Shah Suleiman I of Qara Qoyunlu sees himself as a great innovator. Among that, a good military leader, and he's just thinking we're so backwards still in military technology. We shouldn't waste our time with thinking new things. We should perfect what we haven't perfected yet. Look at that. 19. Even these guys have 17. Mazandran has 18 military level. What do we have? Well, we have 15 now. That is not really much. So he wants to, as long as we have no institutions tech penalty. That's, of course, not how he would describe it, but as long as we're actually over the course of the time, as long as we're riding with the times, we must go for technological improvement, as we know that we are backwards, and we can see it here from the gameplay, of course. So how will we do this? And why is the music not there? We're following the Volga. Are we doing that right now? We'll see. Well, we'll just continue collecting points and we'll not develop that much. We may build buildings once we have a full treasury again. We might certainly make states. That is something we just should do. Probably Sistan, because we want to expand in that direction. To Khorasan, then Erzurum and Burjand. And of course we'll start with the states there where we have actually some provinces already. So there we go. Erzurum still has high autonomy, so we'll give it a centralization effort. And call all the provinces. Aden is no longer a valid rival for Persia too. And we lack another core. Oh, come on. 94. That's a big core. We've got too few rivals again. And we've got to take probably Poland. Aden has war with the Mamluks, Fungi and Malindi? No. Some estates demand control of provinces. Of course the Ulema wants something. Where could we go and give the Ulema something? Probably somewhere in the new one. So yeah, we want to develop the states, and that is the exception of the rule, because it will bring us a lot of income, and that cannot be ignored probably. And now we are looking for a province, and Erzurum, are you there? What is in Erzurum? Erzurum and Trebizond. Got a lot of development here. And maybe Erzurum wouldn't be a bad point to start to give something to any state. So Transoxiana are at war with Russia. Yeah, take that. With the Mamluks? No. No, not with the Mamluks. We have political reasons for this. And we have the royal heretic. People of Persia were pleased when Shah Suleiman announced his marriage with Turabia At the time, little was said about her origin or her upbringing in Constantinople. To most common folk in Persia, royals are a breed of their own and they care little for such details. However, rumors bringing these issues to light have recently begun to spread. Some say that the Khanum has refused to let go of her old Sunni faith. While the people may have understood the need for a marriage with foreigners, they are less likely to do so when it comes to being ruled by a heretic. Do we love her? Probably yes. But she's indulgent. She's really indulgent. She's Sunni. And we are Shiite. We could divorce her, but the Ottomans will learn of this, and we cannot do this. The Ottomans are the biggest power in this world. So how dare they? How dare they? Just something we absolutely have to do. Oh, until the dissemination of the coffee plant. And coffee gets exported out of this, like the silkworm. We need something for Azrurum, come on. Vijayanagar now also announces us as a rival, and we have Azrurum. Azrurum has a very high tax base, and we can give that to the Ulema, and they'll be happy. And now we should progress on our efforts of improving the technology. Aha, they blockade our ports. Well, we have the standardization of caliber now. Training fields are unlocked, chambered demi cannons. Combat width gets increased, artillery fire gets improved, and artillery shock too. What will it make with us? With artillery's growing importance in the battlefield, also the number of firearms kept increasing, but because each gun was made separately, it also required great effort to resupply. In 1544, Emperor Charles V declared that there would be only 5 calibers of gun, while King Henry II of France set 6 standard calibers. We're a little bit behind, maybe 100 years. Nothing tragic, nothing tragic. Yeah, that's something we want to do. We want to reform and take everything on. Let's check Khorasan, by the way. It's actually besieged by... in a war with Russia, allied with the Mamluks, Afghanistan and Transoxiana. No, we want to reform the state first. It's our duty. And we have superior unit types. Let's see. The chambered demi-cannon has... actually nothing. It is... oh, it's so outdated now. It has... okay, it's a little bit more offensive. And it also has defensive shock. Well then. Well, that's a good thing. And we'll have to wait a bit for Burjand and then Tabaristan. The Mamluks again. Counter-spying. And we're at the 800 that he wants as like a treasury to make us safe. And so we'll look at buildings again. We should definitely also invite minorities from abroad, even if we're using our precious diplomatic power for that. It is needed, because it's just very good. Seize clerical holdings as well. This is just very good as well, and can now look into creating, for example, more marketplaces. marketplaces. And we have a wave of obscurantism as a typical response to different kinds of problems. Obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. Now the music is too loud again, come on. Yeah, we are the great reformer. Knowledge is power. We have so much unrest now, it's crazy. And what now? Let's look at the courthouses. As Rurum could use a courthouse. What else? Kerman could use a workshop for paper. And, oh, as Rurum could really use a mosque. And the Ulema there probably wants one too. Same is true for Tikrit. Look at that. Great decision to build a mosque there. And we're losing left and right some cores, but that is not on our agenda right now. We want to make Persia like innovative, great, and self-sustaining. Well, maybe Mush would be good. Taxation in Van. We can invest in the Merchantman. A trade depot, local trade power explodes. And get a trade range and colonial range increase. And of course we'll do that right now. Cost us a lot, but further development of transport ships led to the construction of larger and faster vessels, which still try to maintain the simplicity of construction of the fleet. These ships fell under the generic term merchantman. Maybe it's time now to go and make Berjand. Make Berjand a core? Yes. A state, I mean. There we go. And still got a lot of autonomy there. We should decrease that centralization effort. And we should also have a look at the autonomy changes here, like in Kerman. It's still going on, so we can still continue this policy. Then we lack cores here. We can make these cores now. Then we wanted Tabaristan. Tabaristan and Rasht. Was it that? Rushed. No, we didn't want Tabaristan. What did we want? We wanted Sistan. Yeah, Sistan. Because we really think this should be ours. And we have this one. Yeah, I don't need to decrease the autonomy that much here. Few the edicts. I don't know. Nothing special, probably. Maybe, I mean, when in doubt, use institution spread, right? Advancement efforts. We can build something again. We could replace the marketplaces. Look at that. Tabriz. Yeah, that's a great change. Lithuania no longer considers us a rival. Okay. And vice versa. It's also not... The Ottomans, really. I mean, what? Russia? Well, at least we'll have the same opponent then later on. Russia. God. The Ottomans and Russia. Shahanshah Suleiman I is now an obsessive perfectionist. When ruling Persia, it will give us construction cost plus 10%. Ooh, that's terrible for us. Still, it makes sense, right? Being strict and being a perfectionist goes hand in hand. And he has constructed so much. Maybe he's in search for the perfect building. Still, we won't stop doing that. It just makes sense. Kilwa, they are at war with... Yeah, okay. Let's go for that. Let's see now... Oh, production. Some more trade depots. They are much more costly. Like, they cost 3 times. We have +1 here, and we have more than 3 times. We have in Shiraz, we have +7, so... Absolutely makes sense to build these things. Increase our trade power. Oh, we've got a new merchant. My god. Where shall we send him? I've totally forgotten that. We could bring him here, or we could bring him like here to Samarkand. Do we have some power there? Well, a little bit we have. We could transfer trade power here to Persia. And maybe establish communities? No, maximize profit. What do we do here? Should probably go for some relations with the Ottomans again. We have the cottage industry. Economic development is not always without conflict. It seems rich merchants in some of our merchant guild-dominated cities have been attempting to bypass various guild privileges by outsourcing work to the homes of families living outside the city. The fact that this putting-out system has been a very profitable strategy only further inflamed the artisans in the city who feel their ancient rights have been trampled, and that the carefully managed prices of their products will suffer. The Persian artisans now turn to the Shahanshah to defend their privileges, as the city councils have been unable to root out competition not based in the cities. Well, okay. Yeah, we see ourselves as a progressive ruler. So we cannot stand in the way of progress. Oh my god. I mean, it's a little bit risky. Something like this in Baghdad too. Yeah, we're good, we're good. We should build some armies too. Yeah, let's build some armies now. A little bit at least. Aha, royal marriage with the Ottomans has ended and we should renew it. Maybe they will offer it to us. We're just that. And improvements in production technology we have. There are reports of farmers and miners being more productive than local bailiffs expect them to be. We should investigate. There's something that the entire nation of Persia can benefit from. Yeah, we'll spare no expenses. We're now the progressive ruler. We'll bring Persia to the next century. I think we won't live in long enough, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We'll need some more trade depots, maybe in Basra, and Isfahan would be good. Such a good trade power. Transoxiana has cancelled this. some things. And we have new military technology. The Flintlock Musket increases our cavalry shock and our supply limit. Let's go for that. The matchlock firing mechanism's biggest weakness was the need to keep the match lit in order to fire the weapon. Although wheel lock was developed, it was too expensive to produce to enter into mass use. The development of Flintlock created a more reliable weapon. Really good. We're really getting back there with the military technology. Look at that. We're better than Baluchistan and Khorasan, and we're nearing Transoxiana. We're on a good way in this. And military administration allows armies to force march orders, allowing them to march faster for military power. Okay. And that's a really good thing, I guess. Yeah, let's adopt that. It's just, we want to progress, right? The question is, shouldn't we... We should probably wait, just in case. On the other hand, we have enough stability. We can go for that later. Yeah, research that. Military administration. The ever-increasing armies of the 16th century put bigger and harder demands on the administrative system of states. By creating a permanent organization charged with taking care of the procuring and planning of military supplies, and by keeping more troops on the rolls even during wintertime or peacetime, we'll in the long run be able to field large armies more cheaply and be able to support these armies more efficiently while at war. Good, good. Truce will expire, and a royal marriage offer from the Ottomans. Very nice. That was what we were really waiting for. It is so crucial to have them on our side. Next trade depot. Yeah, Tehran is still a good deal. Marrakesh too, and Khoi, and then we might stop with this expensive building stuff. Oh, we should do it again. Marrakesh. And in Khoi. Things are going crazy. Military access from Russia? No. You are our rival. What are you asking for? Look at that. Russia is occupied by Transoxiana. What? Oh my god. And here, they've got some problems. Hungarian separatists. And France is being taken over by Great Britain. Wow. Well then. With border frictions, well, perhaps a policy change is in order. Across our country there's an outrage that we would ally with a nation who holds provinces which are rightfully ours. Recall the diplomat from the Ottomans. Now we can get back into maybe fiddling with the Khorasani. Some cause and claims there, and maybe they're allied with the Mamluks in Transoxiana, and look at that. The Mamluks have a war with Aden that they are winning. Huh. They're taking stuff back. No, we cannot risk a war with them at the moment. The Khorasan is though allied with Transoxiana. Transoxiana is allied with Afghanistan, Khorasan and Jaunpur. No, we'll continue our progress policy. It's just what we need right now. Urmia, should we do that too? Yeah, I think that could be the last one. Aragon is our new rival. Oh no. And now, some production in Dashistan. Taxation is much better right now. We should send someone here to Mazandran. Also, we should build more regiments. I think that would be also good. A good use. Let's build maybe some infantry. Yeah, something here, and something here. And this. And this. So, let's save up again then. And we have some excellent vintage. Our wine experts believe that the recent vintage from our wine producing areas is of superior quality. Our people are happily drinking it. And we are happy that it's so booming. That really placates our obsessive perfectionists. As long as there's some left for me. Trade League of Venice has been disbanded. We could look into training fields. Look at that. That would be awesome. Ah. And our freaking driver. Ah, I'm sorry. Sometimes updates are coming. And we don't love updates. What do we have here? Oh. It costs a lot less here. Why that? 181 in Khoi and Marrakesh. I'm irritated. Well, then let's go for this one. We have a spread of extreme practices in Isfahan. Oh, the alternative capital. Sufi dervish is known as the renunciationists. Again, they are shaving all body hair down to their eyebrows, publicly breaking the rules of the Sharia. Ah, no, we'll expel them from Isfahan. We cannot let them hinder progress with their odd practices. And we're not really focused on that, but it's not feeling right for our perfectionism that these guys are breaking rules. Our Grand Captain has died. Oh no. What now? Morale of armies? An army reformer. Yeah, a reformer. That sounds nice. Anwar Baleh. We'll hire him. He's a reformer. A highly ranked military veteran, continuously investigating new inventions and tactics to improve and expand our existing army. That's after our ruler's taste. Maybe a courthouse is in order. A call to arms against Aden. Allied with Mara and Ethiopia. We would join as a regular ally. And we have to say yes to this, because it's the Ottomans. Where's our army? Activate the forts. Bring the maintenance up to maximum. And accept. This is the time. They'll go to a friendly port, we hope. Could recruit an admiral, but we don't want to do that, really. It's the fleet of Aden. Country is at war with Aden. We'll have to guard this. Move to Alcatif. What can Aden even do? They are beaten already. Oh, it's run out. The mad building phase has run out. Oh, wait, what? Treason against Persia? Recruitment is out of necessity something that has to be somewhat decentralized affair. Often it will be entrusted to nobles in the capital, and then they are responsible to turn up a set number of men in the various provinces under our control. This is a system that to some extent relies on trust, as the central government is not involved in the details of countryside mustering, and the only form of control we have are the often sporadic inspections by the army itself conducts. One such inspection in Yazd has unearthed quite the local scandal. The rolls we have for the area is full of fictional names, and nobody seems to know what we could actually muster from the region. We must punish the perpetrator and conduct our own survey. This cannot be done. We are perfectionists. We cannot ignore this. General Nader Shahi will no longer service. Probably he was involved in that scandal, and now after his death it came to the surface. Aden. Yeah, we have nothing of interest there. We should continue building improvements, but we could also wait until after the war, and we have more. And we have the poor of Marrakesh. So as cities grow, there's more poorness outside, less clean workshops outside of the city walls. And the question is what to do, and we'll naturally support such a cause. The establishment of new waqfs will be there for Marrakesh. And that is also true for the whole Tabriz area, I think. Let's see. Which is really, really tough. I mean, let's see. Wait. Koi. We have also all the mountains here, which is crazy, but it is as it is. Should we break the rule and invest there? I think we've also invited minorities. Maybe we should wait until inviting minorities is there again. Yes, it is there again. Here, and then we can invest in our capital area a bit, but only after the encouraging of development. Tabriz would be nice, of course, but let's have a look. We have Marrakesh has gotten something like that. We'll invest a little bit there. Wow, it's crazy. We'll get to 40 development, maybe. How's the buildings going? At 50 development. Okay, we're just like that here. We're at 40, Tabriz is at 41. We can go to Urmia and Koi again. Let's see what we can do here. At 40, this is unlocked. Wow. Ah, well. Some military power would be good here. Some diplomatic wouldn't be bad. Urmia has wine. That would be better, right? Invest it here. 010, 014. Yeah, we are investing there because it really makes sense. 103, 123, 133. 505, 505, 505, and I think Urmia was better. Yeah, 555. Yeah, this is what we did now. We developed again, but it was only because of that event. We'll wait until the war is over. Ottoman conquest of Thais. They're running through here, it's crazy. Ethiopia is our new rival. Wow. Well, that wouldn't be too bad. We'll wait this out. Fill our coffers. You cannot have enough in a war. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, it is a terrible decision to leave the... Oh, our heir is an architectural visionary. Probably learned from his father's perfectionism and slightly made a more reasonable choice. Will give us construction cost -10. Walnut the purple sheep is now of age. Very good. We can celebrate. We can celebrate. The region of around Isfahan is also mountainous area. With private contractors. Yeah. And as a perfectionist, we have to... Yeah, it is about corruption in these private contractors to provide everything from equipment to entire regiments. But we'll root out the rot. We have to do that. Because we're a perfectionist. Encroachment of the amirs. It's hard to monitor everyone everywhere all the time, and the boundaries between individual land properties, often grounded in old traditions or documents, written when the landscape may have looked different. For someone with the right resources, this can be exploited. A number of prominent amirs families have used their considerable influence in Tabriz to get away with expanding their properties considerably. If we want to protect the property of the state, we must act soon. Ooh. Kazaroon will come under the control of the amirs, or we'll have 9 noble regiments in Kazaroon. Now where's Kazaroon? Kazaroon, here. How is it with the amirs? It's not that bad, right? Kazaroon is really badly developed. Increasing their influence by 10. What? I mean, we could let it slide and never develop. Kazaroon. Yeah, I think this can be done, because it's too dangerous otherwise. He sees that. He's a competent ruler. High administrative power, high military power. We'll let it slide. It's okay to come under the control of the amirs. Also not a very good thing. Our ports are blockaded. What? Hazali separatists. My god. Cork bottle stoppers. Aha, a more efficient way to seal in the wine than the old cloth stoppers, and has meant that the wine can now be transported over much farther distances than was previously considered possible. Perhaps we are now seeing the birth of a worldwide wine trade. Let's celebrate with that wine and end the episode here for now, and we'll see each other in the next episode when we try to, well, become a great power, basically. We're on the brink of that. We can do it, right? We can do it. Absolutely no doubt. Have a good time until then, and happy gaming.